Those tightly fastened windows at Buckingham Palace wedged open by WikiLeaks, shedding light on some apparently boorish behavior. Newly leaked diplomatic cables reveal Prince Andrew, the Duke of York, made comments that a U.S. ambassador said verged on the rude. During a lunch in Kyrgyzstan in 2008, the ambassador observed, one businessman complained that only those willing to engage in corruption could make money there. The ambassador wrote that Prince Andrew laughed uproariously, saying, "All of this sounds exactly like France." We got no comment from the French embassy in Washington. At one point in the lunch, the ambassador cabled, Prince Andrew railed against, quote, these expletive journalists who poke their noses everywhere. When told that American investment in Kyrgyzstan was similar in size to Britain's investment there, the Duke said, no surprise there, the Americans don't understand geography, never have. Prince Andrew was there as a special trade representative for his country.
Well, it's always a problem because if you have a prince who is going out representing Britain, obviously he has many advantages because people will come to meet him and he can highlight all sorts of things. The disadvantage are these sort of occasions when he is overheard, quoted, or seen to perhaps be a bit petulant, a little bit of a loose cannon, and say things which perhaps on reflection he would prefer were not made public.
Hugo Vickers, author and historian on the royals, says Prince Andrew does a good job as a trade rep for Britain. But he says Andrew's words generally don't carry as much weight as those of his older brother. Prince Charles, meanwhile, has his own perception problem. Questions about whether he's got the gravitas to succeed his mother. One cable last year from a senior Commonwealth official said Prince Charles does not command the same respect as the Queen. I asked former State Department official Heather Conley about that.
Does this carry significant weight, given that the person who said this is the head of the agency dealing with all the Commonwealth territories?
It carries weight because he's a senior official, but please put this in greater context. This was a conversation between diplomats and officials. It provided an anecdotal piece of information, but it's certainly nothing that would cause a change in policy or a change in movement or action.
And in other diplomatic cables posted by WikiLeaks, Prince Charles comes out looking like a key player on the world stage. He and his wife, the Duchess of Cornwall, are commended for repairing Britain's relationship with Saudi Arabia. That was after 5 British citizens were imprisoned and tortured there, and after a fraud investigation into British business dealings with the Saudis. Brian Todd, CNN, Washington.